UFC fighter Yana Santos, she revealed that she was forced to take a fight against an opponent who missed weight. She said, and I
Mhm.
quote, "A couple of fights ago when my opponent missed a lot of weight, we were thinking we should take the fight or not. UFC made it very clear that the person who will be punished is me if I refuse to fight." Is this literal? Like, was she told to her face,
Mhm.
"Hey, you are going to. This is not going to be pretty for your career," or is this more just like like what is this? This seems so
This, this
outlandish.
is this is common.
Oh
Now
wow.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there, so I don't know what Dana or what Lorenzo or not Lorenzo, what Hunter or what anybody said to her. I can't speak on that because I wasn't there. So she's the only one that can speak on that, or her coaches if they were there as well. But I wasn't there. I don't think it's really said that directly. Um, but John and I have had this conversation multiple times, and I've had this conversation with countless fighters. Why is it the person who made the weight almost we feel obligated to take the fight, even though we did our job? The pressure is put on us to still fight, even though the unprofessional one, the one who missed weight by 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 8 pounds, I've seen as high as 12 pounds. And then the commission come to us and say, hey, do you still want the fight? Fuck no, I don't want the fight. Like I don't have an answer for the remedy of how do you stop this from happening. Everyone's like, oh, take 50% of their purse. Then the guy won't fight himself. That person's gonna be like, nah, it's cool. Like if you guys go back to watching the guy that just pulled out of the fight with Patricio Pitbull, he's like, oh brother, don't do this to me. Don't take this from me. No, you took it from yourself. You missed weight. I didn't miss weight. You missed weight. Like don't put it on me like it's my fault that you missed weight. I made weight. I came as a professional. I put in my work in the Epsom salt bath or in the sauna, or in the sometimes we don't have access to those things. And so you're steaming yourself in like a shower, or you buy one of those little portable saunas and you have it in your hotel room. Like I did the work. I dieted. I did my nutrition. I did all the things that I needed to do to make weight. Do not put it on me. Sadly, it gets put on that fighter. Oh, that guy chickened out. He didn't take the fight. Why is it on me? Why is it my fault? Like that's a stigma that needs to go away. I can't even wrap my head around how it got to that point. Like all of a sudden you're the coward, or you're the chicken, or you're the guy who's afraid to fight the guy who didn't make weight. Well, it's obvious that that guy who didn't make weight is trying to get an advantage on me, because he should have done a better job of cutting his weight. Maybe he didn't train as hard. Maybe that's why. And they're like, yeah, maybe he didn't train as hard. That's not an excuse. We have seen now lately guys that game the system. I'm not going to lose the last 2 pounds, so I don't have to suffer too much. That last 2 pounds is always the hardest. It's not fair. Where the guy who did lose the last 2 pounds, it takes him an extra hour to recover that full hydration. That last 2 pounds is the most difficult to get out. And if you're not even willing to try, and you're not willing to go ahead and do it, like, no, we've got to get rid of this stigma that the person who missed weight, or the person who made weight, is the bad guy. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've seen some media talk about it. I've seen it. It just puts it even the way the articles are written, whether they mean to do it or not. So and so didn't take the fight because so and so missed it. I don't. I mean, I feel like the article should all be like, so and so missed weight. Very unprofessional. Maybe if he wants to fight, he should probably start trying to be a professional. All the articles should be about that. Another unprofessional fighter misses weight. This is not for some people, maybe it is a part-time job. But the people that are making weight, I feel like it's a full-time job. This is what you should be doing. There should be no outside distractions. Why is it that guys that were that were only making, like I use this as an example. I fought Yves Edwards. I fought Hermes Franca. I fought Gerald Streetbent, Hermes Franca, and Yves Edwards. All three of those guys, I made weight. I made 4,000, 6,000, and I only made 8,000 because I was supposed to make 16 if I beat Yves. So it's money is not the issue. I was able to make weight even though I wasn't making all this money. These guys now make enough money to where they can actually pay to have good nutrition. They can actually pay to have someone help them with their diet and nutrition. They could pay a trainer to help them keep their weight down. They could pay a nutritionist. These guys are making a lot more money than we were ever making, and we all made weight, majority of us. I mean, so what's the difference? What's changed? It's just it's the lack of respect for your opponent. That's the way I've always looked at it. If you don't make weight, you don't respect the promotion, you don't respect your opponent, and you honestly believe that you can get away with it. You're like, oh, well, you got 30% of my purse. I don't want your fucking money. I want you to make weight. There's a couple reasons why I want you to make weight. I don't want any excuses when I beat you. Why didn't you make weight? Oh, I hurt my knee in camp. That's why I didn't make weight. And that's after the fact, But if you win, you would have never have said that. Like, oh, yeah, I just had a bad weight cut and whatever it was. Every fighter wants their opponent to make weight. I don't want your money. Sure, I want your money. Yeah, I do. But I don't want your money. I want you to make weight. I want to have an even fight. I don't want it in my mind either that I'm fighting a guy who missed weight by 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds. I don't want that in my mind either. Damn, he's going to be big. He's going to be able to hydrate a lot better than me. The night before the fight, if we do accept that fight, once you accept that fight, you've thrown out the excuses that you can make. Oh, he came in 2 pounds over. Still, you took the fight. You lost. Move on. That's from my point of view. Like, I always made weight. Once I made weight, I cannot use that as an excuse. I can't use that as a crutch. I can't say, oh yeah, but he missed weight by 4 pounds. That's why I lost. No, you can't do that. You took the fight. You knew what you were getting yourself into. Don't try to use that as a crutch later on. You accepted that. You accepted his money, his 30% or whatever it is that you get paid. You accepted that. And once you accepted that, you accepted the results of the fight. If you lost, you lost. If you won, you won. But ultimately, I want you to make weight so that I don't have to deal with the burden of it going through my mind the night before. Damn, he's going to come in real big. I'm going to have to deal with that size. I'm going to have to deal with this. Like that, it starts fucking with your mind as a fighter because you did all the right things, but he didn't. Did he even try? He's gonna be more fresh than I am in the later round because he didn't even make weight. He didn't even try to make weight. He's going to be a lot bigger than me. He's going to be stronger than me because he didn't make weight. It fucks with the fighter who did make weight. And I'm sure it fucks with the person who didn't make weight. I'm sure it fucks with them too. Like, damn, I didn't do it. Unless it was all a game plan. Like, I'm just not going to cut the last 2 pounds because I can game plan this and get myself up in the rankings. That guy that was supposed to fight Patricio, because Patricio's ranked, I want to say like number 11 or something, or 12, somewhere in there, in that weight class. So him being ranked in that weight class at 145. Let me see, 145. He's ranked number 11. That new guy that was coming in, that was his first fight in the promotion. Young stud, absolutely looks explosive, got big power, very fun. Looks like a very fun fighter to have in the UFC, especially if he comes in on his debut and beats Patricio. Patricio did the right thing. This guy, all he saw was the ranking. All he saw was, if I fight Patricio and I don't cut the last 2-3 pounds and I beat him, I'm still going to be in the top 11 because we don't hold them accountable for that. It's not like if he beats Patricio, they're like, yeah, but he missed weight, so he shouldn't be in the rankings. No, they're going to put him in the rankings. There's no consequences for the guy who doesn't make weight. And that's the most frustrating part, is that it's like all of a sudden our fault, the people who made weight, that because we don't take the fight, that we're the bad guy. It's frowned upon that we don't do it by the promotion, sometimes by the fans, sometimes by the media. Oh, it's only a pound. Oh, it's only 2 pounds. Oh, you got the money. That's how fighters, we want the fight to be equal. We want to step in and say, he made weight, I made weight, and we fight. That's what we want. I don't want any excuses on your side, and I don't want any on my side either. I don't want to put myself in a position where I feel like I have to give an excuse. If I lose that fight, oh, he missed weight by 2 pounds. No, fighters just, I want to take that out of the equation. I don't even want that to be in my ability to do that, to say that to people. I want it to be equal in the beginning. I loved fighting. People, if you guys have listened to our show for a long time, man, I love fighting. I loved it when I was a kid. I got a lot of street fights when I was a kid. I was fighting in school all the time. I was fighting it. Like, most of you guys don't know this, and I never really talked about it except for like people that I in the gym and stuff. But like my mom was a 5'1", 5' Mexican woman. And there was, because I was one of 2 white kids in my school, growing up on the east side of San Jose. And they would sometime, I had cousins that lived right across the street from me. And they would walk down and pick me up from school sometimes. And we'd walk home together because they went to the middle school like 2 blocks away. And I lived in a very rough neighborhood. So I went to a school called Mayfair, and down the street was called Matson. So those 2 schools were known for being predominantly Hispanic, Black, and Vietnamese. And there was only 2 white kids, me and one other kid. And I would walk home, and those kids, a lot of these kids would try to be like, hey, if I wasn't with my older cousins, they would try to like chase me home. They would try to like fight me. They would try to, a group of them would try to fuck with me. Man, my mom would make me fight in the middle of right in the front lawn. If she saw kids fucking with me, she'd like, go out there, fight them. And I had to fight. Even in high school, I got in some shit with some guy. And the guy called up my phone and was like, hey, like, I'm going to come over. Like, you're messing around like this and that. Like, it was a bad deal. Shows up to my house with 3 truckloads full of people. Literally, my mom walks out. My dad came home from work because he knew that all these people were coming. I had my brother and sister sitting there, literally like 7 years old and 9 years old, watching me from the kitchen window, getting into a street fight in the driveway and in the middle of the street. Our neighbors come out and watch. There's got to be 30-something kids out there watching us fight. Like my mom was, no, you guys fight, just you 2. My dad, same thing. My dad walked out. My dad had a gun in his hip and was like, hey, anyone jumps in, I'll shoot you. Just let them have their fight. They're going to have a fair fight, and that's it. That's how I grew up. I loved fighting. Training for fighting was fun to me because it wasn't real. I'm like, wait, we're going to train and have fun fighting, and then we're going to get paid once I get to the fight. Whereas I'd done all these fights in elementary school and middle school and high school, and fucking, I loved it. Never got paid. Like this was like this job and this sport came at a time where I was like, this is perfect for me. I could think of nothing else. I loved doing this. So this is, I don't know. I think that when we have this stigma of people who don't make weight, people have made business decisions now off not making weight. And that's the sad part, is like they're okay with saying I didn't make weight just so they could be into the rankings, to beat somebody to get themselves into the rankings. And that's not okay. I don't enjoy, I hate people trying to buck the system. No, do your job. Your job is to make the weight and fight. Element, the best hydration drink in the business. I had citrus earlier today. It's actually fantastic. And now they're making the lemonade salt in the can. Cannot wait. So if you guys use that link down below in the descriptions, they'll send you a bonus package with every single purchase. That's compliments of the Weighing In podcast. So hope you guys enjoy that.